To another team who's looking to bounce back. And Clarence, this team, the Dallas Cowboys, they haven't even seen the field yet. And I'm saying that, but they're coming off a 7-win season. Obviously, they made that unexpected trade that we'll get into a little bit later. But we're going to start with a positive. I'm going to start with positive vibes. DaRon Bland, going into his 4th year, got a pretty big extension check today. So let's start with the positive. How big is that for this group, a cornerback group who's coming into the year banged up?
Well, it's big for DaRon Bland, and we're going to get into Micah later. Okay, but they didn't pay Micah. They used some of that money that they didn't pay Micah and gave it to him. So you're going to do something different. This is a start. Give some of that money away. Don't just hold that money in your pocket. And they gave it to Bland. He's deserving. He was, again, in the last year of the contract. You're talking about a guy who was a 5th-round pick from Fresno State, a guy who was a no-star recruit, had to go to Sac State, and then after COVID transferred to Fresno State, was a 5th-round pick. This was not supposed to be his life. To get $93 million. And, I think it's a $92 or $93 million contract. So he's happy, but yeah, they needed to lock him up and show up that cornerback position. He was going to be out there, but he was going to have that contract weighing over his head. He talked about that. To get that behind him, they can play free, you know. So that's good for them. Trevon Diggs, they need him. I don't know if he's going to be ready for week 1, but you're talking about Kari Elam in Bland out there at corner.
Yeah. So $92 million, $50 million guaranteed, a big deal. Obviously, he spoke a little bit about, we heard from him today after the extension went through, or was announced, I should say. Let's see what DaRon Bland had to say.
Kind of surprised and kind of just a little bit dumbfounded. Can't believe it, that I'm making that much and doing what I do. So where I come from, not a lot of people get this opportunity to be here and do what I do. So I just want to thank God for it.
So well deserved, and again, just one of those guys that you love him as a teammate, you love him as a competitor. Doesn't say much, but man, he gives you everything he's got, and I'm thrilled for him and his family, and just very well deserved.
All right, so that was the good news. Now we get to go to the other side of things. Okay, the elephant in the room. Actually, no longer have that elephant in the room.
Lion.
The lion. Okay,
lion. We'll
call him the lion. That is the correct term is the lion form. We're talking about Micah Parsons, but I got to ask you, Clarence. Okay, well, let's just take a look. This was Micah Parsons after he found out he is going to Green Bay. He looks pretty happy there. He got paid, right? Highest paid non-quarterback in the league. That's his reaction. What was your reaction to the news?
I was shocked. I was shocked that they did it. And that is like tears of a clown. I mean, to a certain, I'm not calling him a clown.
Yeah.
But he's happy about the money. He's not happy about leaving Dallas. He wanted to stay here. That's what his dream, you know, and they couldn't work it out. And so he's happy that the frustration, all the drama is behind him, and he gets to move forward and play because he wants to play. And so that's about all the emotions of the last couple of months in training camp and all his movements getting dissected and his body language getting dissected. Now I can finally go play football again. And yes, I enjoy the contract, but I always thought they would get it done because Jerry's always gotten it done, whether it was Dak, CeeDee, Dez, you know, Zach Martin. It got nasty at times, but they always came through at the end and got it done. And what's really happened is they got into their feelings more than any time I've ever seen. Jerry got mad. He felt Micah betrayed him by not accepting his deal and bringing his agent, David Mulugala, who's from Dallas, into this equation, and Micah got traded. Jerry got mad, Micah got traded. That's what happened.
That's pretty much words didn't really go that way. I think Jerry Jones has a way of making things sound a little bit better. But just a week ago, Jerry, Steven, they said they're not trading Micah. They aren't listening to trades. And then all of a sudden they were. And now we're at this point. Jerry says there's no hard feelings.
I did make Micah an offer. It wasn't acceptable. There's not an ounce of vindictiveness. There's no bad feelings on my part.
Honestly, everything happens for a reason. It's a blessing in disguise. You know, I'm gonna work hard every day to prove that, you know, the Packers organization made the right decision and trusted in me. And, you know, I'm going to carry that with me.
This gives us a better chance to be a better team than we have been the last several years.
All right, so there's no hard feelings. It's about winning right now. But I have to say, trading your best defensive player less than a week before week 1, it feels like at this point the Cowboys are building for the future.
Yeah, that's the thing. And Jerry has a famous line. Just because I said it don't make it so.
My favorite. I love when you say that.
Just because I said it don't make it so, okay? He even tried to say that when I said, we weren't going to trade him, I knew you guys were going to write it and I was going to drive up the trade market. Come on. Come on, we're not that naive, okay? Just because I said it don't make it so. So, yeah, they're saying all the right things. They're going to say, no one's going to carry the bitter feelings into a press conference. But this was bitter. This was personal. And certainly they're already circling September 28th or whatever that weekend is that Green Bay is coming to Dallas and going to be on Dak and trying to get out to Dak and prove. The sad thing is for Dallas fans, you just lost Luka, a generational player in the prime of his career at a ripe young age of 26. Micah, a generational player on the way to a Hall of Fame type career. You get rid of him for a nose guard? And Kenny Clark is a good player. He's going to help this defensive line. He and Osa will be the best tandem they've had up front since Jason Hatcher, and those guys, and that was a long time ago, okay? They haven't had a good tandem up front to stop the run. But give me a break. You're not improving this team by getting rid of your best player, one of the best players in the league, for a nose guard. So, yeah, you look at the future, but it's been 30 years. Cowboys fans ain't trying to wait for the future.
They need it now.
You're not paying Dak $60 million for the future. The future, he may be gone. So you're not paying CD what you're paying him to win in the future. You want a return on your investment in those contracts now. You just paid Bland. You just played Jake Ferguson. You just played Osa. You're paying it at the top of the market to win now, not for the future. And it's been 30 years. How many more years Cowboy fans got to wait?
I have one little quick question before we take our first break now. Kenny Clark, Jerry said he wasn't doing this deal if Kenny Clark's name was not in that deal. Do you believe that statement from Jerry?
Well, they had to get a player back. That's going to help them now. So he wasn't doing a deal. That was the best player. Well, they probably should have got Edgerrin Cooper, linebacker at A&M, who's a young talent that's really a budding star. But, yeah, they needed something to help this team now. And so, yeah, theoretically, I'm not doing the deal unless I get somebody, a starter that can walk in, starter can help me now, plus the draft picks. And they got it. Kenny Clark is a great guy, great flaming guy. Talk to him. He's trying to get used to this heat in Texas.
It's a great time to move to Texas.
And so he's going to be a hard worker, do the right things, and give it all you got. But is he a game wrecker? You lost a game wrecker.
Yeah, agreed.